The Alumni of Distinction Awards is so important for the Algonquin College community because it gives the college an opportunity to recognize its graduates who have done some amazing things in their field of study. And when we talk about wanting to transform the hopes and dreams of our students into lifelong success, there are many success stories. So the Alumni Awards program is one opportunity that we have to highlight some of those stories. We're very proud and pleased to be able to recognize Heidi because she is really a business leader and again, a compelling advocate for the complex discipline, which is human resources. So she's spent her career partnering with innovative companies and organizations to provide executive level thought leadership, to provide mentorship and coaching. And so we're just very fortunate to have her as a member of the Algonquin College community. And she was a very, very strong candidate for this award.
People have said that just 30 minutes with Heidi has proved that HR is one of the most exciting fields that you can go into. And it's very true. We are going to have just some short time to interview with her in a few minutes. She has a very great outlook, an optimistic outlook on HR and a transformative outlook on HR. It's very great to see, and it's very great to see that this has come out of Algonquin College. What made you want to work with HR, and when did you really find out what working with HR meant?
So I had the pleasure of getting introduced to Algonquin when I first moved to the city almost 20 years ago. I didn't know much about human resources before that. I didn't have a lot of exposure to HR teams. And my first course that I took with Algonquin was human resources management. And that was it, you know. I think that's really what helped me get introduced to what HR was. It helped to really, you know, demonstrate to me it was something I was really interested in. And I just decided to do my whole education in HR. I did an applied management certificate as well, but that was kind of strategic. It was similar courses, and I knew if I took 2 additional courses, I could finish that one first, keep progressing to get my HR certificate, which is what I did in 2007.
So what made you choose Algonquin College to further your education?
So Algonquin, you know, has always had a great reputation. I worked full-time while I went back to school, and Algonquin enabled me to be able to do part-time studies and eventually even start doing online studies before online studies was the cool thing to do. And so that was one of the main reasons I selected it. They had a program with HR, and then of course I could do the program while working full-time. And I didn't have to stop working to be able to do it. And that was huge for me because I needed to be able to work to put myself through school at the time.
Speaking of work, where are you currently working right now, and what exactly do you do there?
Yeah, so I'm really fortunate. I work for a great organization in our city, Invest Ottawa. It's Ottawa's economic development agency. I have the pleasure of heading up human resources and our talent team, as well as being the core HR leadership and culture advisor. So I get to work with our budding entrepreneurs straight through to some of those companies that are scaling 50 million plus and above. So it's an amazing time to be an entrepreneur and building a company here in the city of Ottawa.
Oh, yeah. So we also know that you spend a lot of time giving back to the community. So is that something that you always felt you were going to do, or like what inspired you to give back to the community?
My first experience volunteering was actually in my hometown in Quebec in the Eastern Townships after the ice storm that Quebec had probably 22 years ago. And when I moved to Ottawa, I was new to the city. I did not know a lot of people. So going back to Algonquin helped, or starting at Algonquin helped, because I was able to meet a bunch of new people there. But giving back to the community helped me to expand my network. It also helped me get experience that I wouldn't have otherwise got in my day job. And for the last 20 years, I've volunteered on boards and committees. I do a lot of mentorship, which I really love. I've been mentored by some incredible professionals in my career, and so this is my way of paying it forward and giving back.
So could you just talk a little bit more about your volunteer work with CHEO and Regional Cancer Foundation?
Absolutely. So I've been working with CHEO probably since my oldest was probably 2. CHEO, as you know, is the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario here in Ottawa. We're so fortunate to have them in our community. And I'm a parent advisor, supporting the team, often reviewing communication and different programs that are going to be rolled out. And I also sit on the Quality and Health Committee. So we look at quality and safety and health, often related to the patients and the families visiting CHEO, but also from the staff perspective, which is really interesting. And with the Ottawa Regional Cancer Foundation, another incredible organization in our ecosystem, they're really helping to bring awareness of this really difficult illness that so many of our friends and family members in their lives, get. They also do a lot of work in building advocacy and raising money to fund trials and cancer coaching to really help the community navigate a really difficult time in their family's life. So I'm really proud to be a member of their board and have been with them for over 2 years now.
So how was it for you to be recognized by Algonquin College with the Alumni of Distinction Award?
So huge honor. When I got the email from Mark, and I sort of shared this with some folks recently, in the time that we're working remotely, I get a lot of email and I get a lot of spam. And I actually thought Mark's email may be spam. So I actually used my Google Flu and LinkedIn to confirm that Mark was who he was. And I was really surprised and really honored. I'm a proud AC alumni. And I think that, it helped me get my start in this city and helped me build an incredible career that I'm really proud of, that I feel really fortunate to do what I get to do. And I think, Algonquin was part of that journey. So I was very honored. And among some incredible, I was saying to someone recently, I'm among amazing company. When you look at the alumni that have graduated from Algonquin's program, these folks have had the most amazing careers, and they really do. They've all differentiated themselves in different ways. It's been a pleasure to get to know them over the last couple of weeks.
100%. If you could give current students any thoughts or advice going through college right now, what would it be?
So I would say follow your passion, but more importantly, follow your passion so you can have purpose in what you're doing. And a lot of times I think we go to school sometimes, like me, not necessarily knowing what path you're going to take. But I was really fortunate. Once I found something that I really enjoyed, I knew that it would be able to bring me purpose in my work, further down my path while I was establishing my career. The second thing I would say is it's never too late, right? It's never too late to shift those gears. If you take a course that maybe is just an elective, but you feel that this is your calling, follow that path. I don't think you can ever, regret that, because I think, the true saying of if you love what you do, you'll never feel like you're working a day in your life. I feel that way. I feel really lucky that I love what I do, and it brings me purpose. And I think I wish that for more people, that they would find that same opportunity that I have.
Yeah, well, exactly. Algonquin College is an amazing school, and I'm glad that it has helped the alumni so much. And as a student, I'm very excited to have a place where I can come back to and be excited to see.
Well, we're among good company, right? Over 200,000 graduates. So there's a lot of us out there making a contribution to our community, which is really cool.
Yeah, I saw in your article that you did with the school that you said that you love having current students reach out to you. What would you say to them having that layer of anxiety to come up to somebody in the workforce?
I think that, networking is important. It's an essential skill to build. It doesn't always come naturally. I think that the worst thing that someone is going to say is no. I think that, generally speaking, when someone reaches out to me, I want to understand how I can help them. And I like when folks have a bit of an understanding or an idea of what they're hoping to get from a connection that I make with them or a connection I can make with someone else in the community. So just having clarity on not just randomly reaching out and saying, I'd just love to connect, because but finding a connection with that individual. And for me, a lot of times that's individuals who are thinking of going back to school at a later age, or wanting to do online learning, or looking at trying to break into human resources. And as long as they're giving clarity on what that connection is, I mean, I'm always happy to have a call with someone. I'm a natural connector. I get there's a lot of purpose in helping people kind of navigate their way. And if I can make a connection for someone, or have a half an hour chat with someone to give them some insights, or some, answer some of their questions, I'm always happy to do that.
Well, thank you. That's all we have for today, but I'd love to have you sign off for the people, and we'll let you give yourself some time to say goodbye to the folks.
Well, listen, I appreciate the time. I love that Algonquin College has continued to inspire so many people in our community. I certainly, as I said, I'm a proud AC alumni, and I look forward to continuing to contribute to our community, continuing to motivate more people to consider Algonquin as their, as part of their lifelong journey, and, establishing their careers and getting higher education.
Well, thank you for having us. We'll see you later. The following has been a Algonquin College broadcast.